Access denied. Access denied.
In everything, we dust ourselves.
We are the majority.
You want to tell me just what we're dealing with here?
If you haven't guessed by now, I'll tell you who we are.
It's me. Hi.
We are the empowered youth.
On air, underground.
And this is our podcast, the EY Podcast.
Turn it up. Let the speakers move. Go.
I want to recommend very highly Coilib to every youth out there who has an idea that they want to bring on board. This is a place where you'll be incubated, so to say. You, irrespective of how rugged you feel your idea is, you come to this place and we will continuously work on you to make sure that the idea that you have is refined and at least you become the person.
Coilib Incuba. Innovate, invest, incubate.
Coilib for my business has really been a point of growth because I've seen my business move from one point to another. And you know, with Coilib, you get to understand the business aspect of it and how to make money.
Coilib Incuba. Innovate, invest, incubate.
Well, welcome to our today's show, Youth and Leadership, hashtag Know Your Leader. Well, I'll introduce my panel here. And with me, I'm very much privileged and humbled to have two great countrymen. I'll give them a privilege to introduce themselves.
My name is Chemiat Linton, Congress Maringo Rwenzori, and the current clerk, EUSA Parliament, fourth-year student from Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Surgery, and happy Egatorian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Aziz Marathon Douglas from Faculty of Science, doing biochemistry. I'm the Congress person, Faculty of Science. Thank you for having us.
Well, today we are privileged to have Mr. Chemiat and Mr. Aziz Douglas, both are Congresses in the Egerton University Students Association. And we're in our show, Know Your Leader. And today, we know we had manifestos. We know we had dreams. And again, we have to get the fact right that there is a difference between a reality and a dream. And they're here today to prove that being a leader is not just an easy task, but it's a walk in the mountain. I'll start with Mr. Chemiat. Mr. Chemiat, how can you view your leadership so far as a Congress and again as an EUSA clerk in the EUSA Parliament? Give us a general overview of how the journey has been till now.
I can't say that the journey is quite easy. It's rough. It has ups and downs. But in the end, you have to be positive. You have to learn to maneuver through it. Nothing comes for free. Nothing is easy. Nothing is straightforward. You have to think through various situations so that you can come up with the best solution for the people. For example, I'll go with my constituency, for the people of Maringo Rwenzori. You have to listen to them, listen to what they want, and you have to guide them through even guide them through harder situations. And my position as the clerk, I can't say that it's a challenging one because you know the roles of a clerk are outlined publicly in the EUSA Constitution. So there is really nothing I can say that it's challenging. No, it's just you performing the roles that you've been given. Yeah, that's how I view my leadership.
Sure. What about Mr. Douglas Aziz?
Thank you. As per me, the leadership position is not that easy. Again, it's not that tough. But again, in leadership, we have to be ready for negativities, criticism, and positive challenges. Yeah. But I want to admit that normally we don't take them for very personal because it's part of our leadership. So it's not that bad. It's not that good again. Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Aziz, as a Congress, you are a leader. And today we are in our discussion, know you are a leader. And so how has your role as a Congress contributed to the overall development and progress of the Egerton University Students Association? You as Mr. Aziz, as the Congress.
Thank you, Bwana Balozi, for the question. Let me say that the roles of Congress persons are stipulated in our EUSA Constitution. And to me, I want to assure the viewers now that I have mandated, I have performed my roles to the latter. For example, I have ensured that the students, that is in my Faculty of Science, students at my faculty, they have that sense of belonging. They feel comfortable around the faculty. There is that conducive environment for learning. And again, I've led so many meetings. Just to begin with the first years, when first years entered school, I oriented them together with my faculty dean, so accommodative. We gave them directions, and again, I've ensured that everything that they need, their grievances are articulated, as per me.
I think that is one of your duties, not a privilege that you've done out of your duties. That's one of the duties stipulated for a Congress.
Yes, true. But again, you will realize that if you compare the kind of environment that our students as the faculty face now, they have such a conducive environment as opposed to the previous years where they could be harassed, they could suffer so many criticism, harassment, So they have that, they can feel that it's good to be in the Faculty of Science.
What's your take on the opinion polls?
I beg to say this. I don't know the authenticity. Please, let me ask you, Mr. Balozi, can you authenticate the opinion poll that was released?
I asked, what's your take?
That's why I'm asking.
What's your opinion on the opinion polls?
Okay, the opinion poll was not inclusive. It was not, the students were not included, and I think it was used as a political tool.
Yeah, Mr. Chemiat, the Congress Maringo, and again the EUSA clerk. Yeah. You are doing the opinion polls, you are ranked as one of the best Congress, hardworking Congress, the whole Congress. And Mr. Aziz here is saying that the opinion polls, they were not verified, they should be seen off.
I don't know what you really want me to say about the opinion polls, but I can say if they were not authentic, the students were not maybe involved, I'll still brush them off. It all comes to the authenticity of the opinion polls. That's the opinion of whoever wrote it. So
the person's opinion is that you are the best, and you believe you are the best.
Everyone believes they are the best,
as
long as you do what.
Except for Aziz. Okay. Okay. You have reigned, you have had hurdles, you've had achievements. Maybe will you share some of the challenges that you faced during this time?
Okay. There have been ups and downs, but I can't really say they are not maneuverable. You have to have a sound mind to come up about most of the challenges. But I can say one of the greatest challenges of a student leader is fellow student leaders. And I'm not afraid of maybe explaining, but I can say that if you don't work as a team, you become a challenge towards each other. So sometimes when you start, you see everyone is now a winner, everyone is a kingpin, is a micro boss, but with time you people come and then you realize that, oh, we have to work as a team, and you work as a team. I can say, okay, drugs and substance abuse has been also another problem. You can say for a whole Congress, how is it a problem? But they'll say these people, nini. But currently I can say that anywhere that was suspected to be a smoking zone around my area of jurisdiction. Right now, there's nothing like that because we came up with measures which they seem simple and funny, but they worked. And right now, I can say that that's a challenge we overcame. Another thing is the attitude towards students. You see, sometimes you find people who are supposed to serve students, they kind of harass students. They kind of think that a student is just a mistake, or someone who's making mistakes, and that every mistake around my area of jurisdiction, they kind of say that it's students. But we came about it, we talked with them and gave them a few examples of some things which you cannot say they are students, and right now there's a positive thinking. Yeah.
As the clerk of the EUSA Parliament, Article 40, Section C, Clause 1, one of your duties is keep true, accurate, and update records of the proceedings of the meetings of the Parliament. To mean you have to attend Parliament by yourself for you to keep the accurate records. Have you maybe seen challenges of maybe some of the parliamentarians, let me say the SGCs, not attend Parliament?
Most of the student governing council members, they do attend Parliament. Yes, they come. Sometimes those who don't come, they send apologies, and the apologies are directed, and they are announced by the speaker who knows that these people 1, 2, 3 are not attending, and the reasons for them not attending, they are addressed to the speaker. Mine is just to say absent with apology or without apology.
So to mean you keep the records and you have them with you?
Yeah, I have the records with me, and a copy is always sent to the speaker.
Mr. Aziz Douglas, during your campaign time, you had everyone back you up. Yours was like a unanimous win. Everyone was backing you up in your faculty. And of course, once you get a backup, you have to give back the hand. So you promised and gave your word to them and told them that I will support you back. It's the political drums are ringing, beating hard, and everyone can attest to that. Of late, you've had wrangles with some aspirants that you had promised to support them this time. And that brings me to my question. So how do you handle criticism or public negative publicity? And what strategies do you employ to maintain this positive image as a Congress now that you have such hurdles on your way?
Thank you, Bwana Balozi. It's not easy, and again, it's not that tough. And that's leadership. Let me make sure aware that those who are vying currently, those who have that ambition of vying, they were all in my campaign team. They all supported me. Those who have had, actually, despite that the campaigns are not yet allowed. So I find it challenging. I find it challenging to support one candidate at the expense of the others, because that one I will be a traitor and I will be a betrayer. But that's not my take, and that's not my my motive. Now, you've asked the question that how do I approach criticism? Critics are there. But first, I do take criticism as, I don't take them as personal. I don't take them personal. So whenever I hear or whenever I'm criticized, first I will have to thank the person that is criticizing me, because it's positive. I take it positive, not personal. So I will have to thank him, then try to find the way, or try to find the truth in it, in the criticism. Then if I find that there is some truth in it, then I will have to take some action. For instance, the question that you just shooted, those who are vying, those who intend to vie. When I heard that one is complaining about me not supporting or me supporting the other candidate, what did I do? I went, I called him. Actually, he approached me. But what did I do? I said, you sit down, call me, call the committee that we had the other time, just to ensure that, just to clear the hair out. You see. So from then, it was clear that there was no truth in that criticism, and as per now, they good and they will.
To your statement, you've said that you, all those who are going to vie in this race, this time round, they supported you. You gave them your word, you'll give them your hand when they decide to go for this seat. You saying that they supported you, so who are you going to back up?
I think as a good politician, and for them not to view me as a traitor, as a betrayer, what I'll do is to level the ground. I'll remain neutral until the one who will win. I'll give them equal chances. Yes, true.
Okay. To Mr. Chemiat, some of the major achievements that you have during the regime and your tenure.
Wow, I think I can't say there are many, but they are not few either. One of the major achievements we have done is the campaign against drug and substance abuse, and I think around our hostels, around our students' body, our residents, they are kind of good. We have also addressed the issue of proper sanitation, and I can't really maybe mention the exact details unless you want me to mention the details. We have addressed the issue of the good sanitation. We have had people getting decent bedding. We have also have had students having fair access to what I say, fair access to services rendered by the halls of residence, because like I govern 2 hostels, Maringa and Rwenzori. You find that some students from Rwenzori say that you see that place, they have X, here we have Y. Why don't we have the X the same? So I think I've tried to balance, and we have like the same facilities running across. And we have also achieved the issue of welfare, where we try to balance. I personally do door-to-door visits, though you don't find every student in, but at least the students can feel that their leader is with them. They can feel that they know you, not the past where you ask a student who is your student leader, and they really don't know. We have also advocated for fair treatment of students, so no harassments around, or what they used to call harassments in whatever state they place them. I don't think right now they exist.
So how do you balance transparency and confidentiality when dealing with the students? You as an EUSA clerk, and again, when you go back, you are Congress, and when you go back to the students, you know there's some of the information you are asked detailed. How do you balance this?
I say you do a tiered system of tiered, where you restrict who gets access to what info. So when it's a sensitive matter, you try as much as possible to give it, or to ensure that only the person who can assist or only the person who can intervene knows the problem. For example, I cannot have a broken window and then go around telling the security officers or what. And for sensitive matters, if someone comes to you and tells you that, hey, Chemiat, I have this problem, you don't now start telling everyone that, hey, you know, even Chemiat came here and told me that he has a problem. No, you try to keep the info within a little circle, and try to advise, even if you may breach privacy policy. You see, there is a training where student leaders undergo, and you're told that if it's something that can cause harm or what, you also have to tell them before you say that if something that is a threat to the student community or it's something, I may have to breach protocol. I may have to breach our privacy, but to the right, I insist, to the right audience.
So now that you had your manifesto before you decided to campaign, where you are, do you feel like you have delivered what you promised?
I don't want to see myself as a lion, and maybe in the mirror I'm a cat, but I can say that we've done as a team. I always address my residents as a team, and you can even benchmark and check. I always say, hello team, hello, it's a team. And I can say we have done, let me say, 70 to 80% over what we promised.
Maybe some of the achievements you have done that you stipulated in your manifesto?
I think I've highlighted a few, and if you clearly check my manifesto, I don't know if you have ever had access to it.
I have it.
Maybe you can ask me, did this come by, did this not come by? Maybe, because we've quite done a lot in various sections.
Okay. To Mr. Aziz Douglas, you promised so much in your manifesto during your campaign. Here I have it. Maybe, what do you think you've not achieved?
I think at now I've achieved 3/4, and again I've not. My term hasn't ended, so I'm still planning to do more. I promised 4 key things in my manifesto, and so far I'm glad that I've achieved 3. I remain with 1.
kindly stipulate the 3 that you've achieved and the one that is yet to be achieved, having in mind that you are having less than a month to leave office.
I don't know where you're getting the information that we only have 1 month, less than 1 month to leave the office. But anyway, that aside, I promise to unite faculty through our faculty association, that is FOSA. And as things stands now, everything is in place. FOSA is intact. What remains is to recruit other fellow students. We have the working committee, and they are promising, like they are lovely. Again, I promise to advocate for the academic trips. For instance, I just want to highlight one. In biochemistry, that is my department, if you trace back when last they went for academic trip before I got into office, you can trace back to 2017, 2018, and the records are there. So when I entered the office, I ensured that the biochemistry and the biomedical class went for trip. That is last semester. And other departments within the Faculty of Science, they also went. And you can confirm that. I said, and I gave the class reps open opportunity to send me where they went to go, and I went to the dean, I talked to the CODs, and they were taken. Lastly, let me talk about something pertaining research proposal. I also intended to conduct some research proposal, like enlighten students, Faculty of Science. You know, scientists, you must know how to write a proposal. For you to get a project, lazima ukue na good proposal to win the project. So I intended to do that, but as things stands now, I cannot do that right now because I wanted it to go in tandem with our faculty association. But now we have not recruited the members, so it's still in progress.
So that's the manifesto that is remaining.
Yeah.
That we're left with.
Yes, yes.
You've mentioned much of your achievements during your reign. You've mentioned so much, and you've said you've tried your best. Will you just give me one key initiative that you'd like to be remembered, that you'd like people to take it down to history? One key achievement that you've done.
I'm proud that FOSA is working, and in weeks' time, maybe 2 weeks' time, I'll recruit Faculty of Science students. So as I will leave the office, I'll be glad that there's a working association in the faculty.
So one key initiative. To mean you are the founder of FOSA.
Not really. FOSA. I got FOSA, but it was very dormant. It was inactive. But again, it was my task to resurrect FOSA, to put it active. So as per now, it's very active.
Okay. Just shedding some light, maybe 1 or 2 activities that have taken place in that association that makes you believe that it's very active.
As I told you, we are planning to recruit members. Activities.
You are planning. I'm saying that has happened, not the ones that you're planning to.
Okay. We have not done any activity because of the financial constraints.
But it makes you've not done any activity, but you're saying it's the most active association. Wow. We're living in utopia, not in planet Earth, though. Thank you. Mr. Chemiat, as the clerk in Parliament, you're holding also an administrative role in Parliament, right? Maybe one of the most challenging tasks that you've ever faced that has made you feel like quitting the position.
I've never really felt like quitting, but I've felt that it pushes me to do more. You know, I'm a parliamentarian as much as I'm a clerk, and I have to represent my constituency in Parliament, and at the same time do what the roles of a clerk, what the Constitution wants me to do. So I try to balance, and I do debate and I do write minutes, but sometimes it also allows me, because the executive, they also come in at hand when I feel like, okay, I need to debate an issue, they help. It's allowed.
So one of your duties is to receive motions and forward them to the person presiding the debate.
Yeah.
Do you do this?
Yeah, I do that.
You've done it on all instances.
My parliamentarian can attest. They always send them to me. Then they are chaired by the speaker during the day. He can attest. There is a witness here.
Okay. And now, maybe you have faced challenges. You are close to leaving office. What do you do like streamlined or improved in the said office?
Which office exactly?
The clerk.
In the said office, I'd say people to just do what the Constitution says, because you know we are also elected, and you have to be someone who people can see that you can do both, you can multitask. So I don't see anything that needs to be improved, but what I can say that anyone who fills that position next should be willing to work hard, and they should know that he or she is not just writing minutes. He has to represent the area or the people who took him to parliament or what they want.
Can I just go out of the blues, and maybe you tell me some of your functions as the clerk, as per the EUSA constitution?
Okay, I'll start with the most obvious. As a clerk, I keep records, the minutes. I receive motions and agendas. I draft them, and I'm supposed to find a venue for the parliament where the house shall meet, and do any other duties as assigned to me by the speaker and the deputy speaker.
Okay, and you have been subject to all, and you've clearly and diligently discharged your duties to the letter.
Yes, because parliament is running and all the minutes are there.
Okay. Mr. Aziz, at what point in time have you felt like quitting being a Congress?
Not really, I've never felt such. But there's some, as I see, there's ups and downs in leadership. If you are in Egerton, there's no Congress persons that have faced threats than Aziz Marathon Douglas, Congress Faculty of Science. But that didn't mean that I should quit.
Some of these challenges, kindly.
The challenges are threats.
The threats.
The threats. But what should I do as a Congress? Because I'm working within my jurisdictions. I know what I entails. I know what I'm intended to do. So I feel being honest will take me somewhere. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, once maybe you've not given us the threats, though we are waiting for them. And again, once you've received the threats, what measure do you take? I mean, don't you feel the threats may be catastrophic at the end?
Not really. I always consult. I always consult, where I try to trace the origin of the information and the threats. Then if I get, or if I find, I will sit down with the person, try to dialogue, and see way forward.
So which are these threats?
I think last semester, I was to be taken to the security department, yeah, just purposely for some issues there. But again, I called the person, we sat, and we agreed, and the issue ended.
Okay. You mean you were to be summoned?
Yeah, true.
A lawmaker in this case. You broke the law, maybe you violated someone's...
Not violation, but as per me, I take it as being honest.
You are honest?
Yeah, being honest.
So you bought your freedom with your honesty?
Yeah, true.
Okay. That's amazing. Mr. Aziz, in the EUSA constitution, one of your roles is representing EUSA in any other relevant committee in your faculties. Which committees are these that you are in? You as a Congress?
There are so many committees in my faculty. One, there is a faculty board meetings. That is a committee on its own, where if there is a case pertaining my student or my fellow student from Faculty of Science, our EBODIN always consult me, always contact me. I go and sit and look at the accusations, then try to educate, yeah.
Okay, my efforts to try to get your manifestos were futile. Maybe you'll share with me as we talk. Thank you. I'm waiting. And again, meanwhile, Mr. Aziz, as you share the manifesto, your work again is representing EUSA in the strategic management unit of your respective faculties. This you do.
Mr. Balozi, you must also know that the constitution you have right now is outdated. So some of these things were amended.
Let me, okay, just to cut you short, but this is the constitution that you found when you assumed office. This is a constitution that when you are presiding over your duties, I mean the day of the inauguration day, this is the constitution you used. So this is the constitution you found. By that time, you were assuming office.
Yes, true. That's the constitution we found.
They have been amended. Have they been put in action? Have they faced public participation?
No, yet too, but again...
Yes, to mean we are still using this one.
Yes.
So have you done this?
Currently, there are no strategic committees at the faculty level. I think the issue, that part was amended because, okay, as parliamentarians, we do not amend everything, but sometimes situations forces the institutions to amend some parts. For example, you'll realize that the constitution still recognizes the city campus, that is Nairobi. But now we don't have that Nairobi city campus. So if you start asking me that is Nairobi city campus alive, like you see, so those are some of the challenges that and loopholes that is in our constitution.
But surely when you assumed office, you knew these were the challenges you had to face there. How comes they are now a tall mountain for you to climb?
Okay, Mr. Balozi, that is why one of our parliamentarians, one of our honorable members, proposed that we should amend the constitutions to update, not really to amend, but to update our current constitution. And we did that, and it's in our role to update. So we did that, and as things stands, it is still yet to face some due processes, like the one you've just quoted, the public participation.
Thank you. Share your manifesto kindly. Mr. Chemiat,
yes.
In your manifesto, you really fostered and promised, you shouted on rooftops to actively negotiate for luggage storage during short holidays. That is for comrades. We witnessed, me and you witnessed comrades from your jurisdiction, your area of jurisdiction, that is Maringo, commute their luggages to get others to Njokerio. To hear, did you fail here, or you promised hot air?
Okay, first of all, there are no rooftops in Maringo and Rwenzori.
No, I meant you shouted on rooftops. That is a linguistic expression. I meant you used it so much. I'm sorry for using that.
Okay.
Yeah, you promised that you'll make sure that you'll negotiate for luggage storage during short holidays for comrades. We went for the Christmas holidays, barely 2 weeks, right? A fortnight.
Yeah.
I saw students take their goods to get others to. How comes and you promised to see to that?
Okay, I promised to see to that, and I still say that I worked and I still try to see how we find a solution, but it faced a major challenge.
And having in mind that personally you also commuted your goods to outside, you didn't put them where you promised.
Okay, that's why I'm saying it faced a major challenge concerning security issues, and I believe you're a student at Egerton, and one of our halls of residents faced a lot of theft and breaking in, and I don't want to mention it. You go find out, because...
no, surely you can't come here and say one of the halls first and don't want to mention the hall.
I insist on tired information system.
You can't. Okay. We can't have an information that is not verified, and you're saying it in my show, surely, Chemiat.
Okay. Balozi, are you a student at Egerton University?
Yeah,
yes, you are, right? We had incidences where we had thieves being beaten by students.
Is that your hall?
No,
where the incidents happened? But you're using someone else's hall to explain your manifesto.
Now, let me explain, and you see how that hit my hall. Because, you see, we have to work as a team, and you have to push us. And people at Maringo cannot store luggages alone, then people at other constituencies, they are carrying luggage. We have to move as a team. And if one of the hostels is facing threats, like they have security issues, and I know which you are aware of, people breaking in, people stealing, so first years not even finding their things. So They said, let them sort the issue of security, and then we can balance all the holes so that everyone can store. And again, I don't want to put people from my administrative areas with their problems, but we have a plan. We had a short-term solution, which I'll not disclose because of what you asked me about transparency and what. I don't want to put people into problems, but we had a short-term solution. And the people of Maringo, Rwenzori know there was a short-term.
You know, Mr. Chemiat, it's very wrong to have a sweeping allegation against someone or something without providing any scintilla of evidence in my show.
Okay, you can visit the security department. They are all documented there, the insecurity cases, and you'll find that constituency there. So I was advised, okay, let them sort the security issues there first, and then they look into our inquiries. We work as a team.
We've had so quite much events in the school compound, in the institution, sorry, and so many people have attended, the students. But witnessing your halls of residence, close to 90% have been intact. They haven't been attending the events. That's information. Maybe let me say something. A research that has happened, and it has been maybe taken fact. And you promised to promote participation of residents in campus-based events.
Okay, I'll say you are using an allegation, the 90%. I don't think you can verify.
Personally, you, just to quote the events that have happened in the pavilion, you have not been there. Let me just quote directly. When the SGC lead, Patrick, organized for the club's events, you weren't there, you yourself. And here you're saying I'm using an allegation.
Okay, I think if Patrick was there, I can tell you that there are events I went and you were not there. And my fellow parliamentarian here can know there was an event last time. We were only two, me and him. And
kindly quote the event.
I don't really remember the name of the event.
You can't remember an event you attended?
We were there, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then we have, there is something being organized, an inter-halls competition. That's something I'm aware of. And I don't really know where you get the info that I don't attend this.
We were there. I witnessed. We have the clips.
You have the clips
with us.
So
can I share it to you?
You are shooting the clips elsewhere other than where he was, because I do attend these events.
But it's funny. Someone who does not even remember the event he attended saying that I was shooting the clips elsewhere, or we were shooting the clips elsewhere. You again promised the launch or to launch the first ever MR Congress visits to promote cohesion with the residents you represent.
That's happening.
Kindly issue some insights.
The MR stands for Maringo Rwenzori, and students can attest, do the research now, go find out if I always go to those rooms and listen to them and collect their problems. That's something that it doesn't need any strategic planning. You just have to go. It was an initiative where I have to make a bond between me and the people I represent. So that they can know you. I don't want instances where you find someone at Maringo and you ask them who's your congress, or someone at Rwenzori and ask them who's your leader. They don't know, and they don't know who to tell problems. And it has borne fruits, and due to confidentiality, I can say that there are some students who have been having issues, and they have had confidence to come and tell me like so and so X and this has happened, and we have worked them out of those situations.
For instance, which was the last hall you visited?
When
was that?
The last hall I visited, it was yesterday. It was a Maringo block. It was DH 29. Oh, it's an administrative office for the CU. I went there to check how it's an administrative office for the Catholic University students. So I went there to see how, if they are still conducting themselves.
Surely you said a hall of residence. Are they residing there?
Yeah, students. It's an office with a residence. Yeah, I wanted because we have been having complaints of them not adhering to the rules and what. So I went there to confirm, and they are at par and they are doing the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chemiat, we have witnessed students watching ball games, watching sports in the student center, and you can attest to me that they are normally very full, right?
Yes.
The place is very full. To mean everyone is overjoyed with watching football at the student center.
Yes.
There is some congestion there, right?
Yes.
Thank you for admitting. In your manifesto, you said that you will advocate for the reinstallation of, you will push for the reinstallation of an extra DSTV point to ease congestion at the student center.
Yes.
You admitted that you've witnessed students congest at the student center. Mm-hmm. You promised to push for the installation of a DSTV point. Maybe have you watched this one that you pushed? Is it working? Maybe we can watch, because so far we've checked around, we've seen none.
Yeah, you know, there are some things that take time to come, and we are not saying that it will not come. And I want to tell every student out there who's watching that the extra DSTV point will come, but we also work as a team. That's why I told you in the end, we realized that as student leaders, we have to work as a team.
So the manifesto, you wrote the manifesto as a team.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
No, you can't dictate me in my show.
Okay,
you wrote the manifesto as a team.
I didn't write it as a team, but I told the people who elected me that I will go and try to talk to my fellow leaders so that we can work as a team in pushing this. Because that screen is not only going to be for the people of Maringo Rwenzori. It's going to cover the other, they call them the upper hostels. It's going to cover the upper hostels. And as I can attest to you, I'm not the one to say this, but there is a plan. The VC himself promised that he'll purchase, were they 2 new screens? 2 new screens. And in the last parliament, our director gender and co-curricular activities says that the VC said he'll stick to his word. And I'm awaiting for that, because it has to come, and students...
Kindly, I would like us to just stick to a jurisdiction. The VC is not here with us. Let us speak within us. Let us stick within us. Mr. Aziz, you are admitting, were you there when he was saying he will give out 2 screens?
Yes, I can attest to that.
You were there?
I was there.
You had?
Yeah.
Where was that?
During our induction.
During your induction? During your induction?
Yes.
But, okay. During your induction?
Yes.
Who said that? Who said the words?
The VC.
Why are you summarizing? You should be sure of your words.
The VC
Is the VC. Anyway, let's stick to our jurisdiction. You've said you will tell the fellow leaders to try to push for it.
Yes.
But again, here you're saying we have an authority that gave an order that it will take a place. Why are you contradicting yourself?
You see, it was during the induction, because we pushed for it as a team. I cannot go there and try pushing myself. We have to involve even Patrick. We have to involve even the the director students' welfare. And it's something that you have to do as a team, because in the end, they are the ones who will push it to the higher administration. And you said they promised during the induction, right? We are not yet out of office. And then we follow up, because when we follow up, even in Parliament now, we get to receive the news that he said he'll stick to his word.
Okay, Mr. Aziz Douglas, in your manifesto we have here improvement of laboratories. What did you mean by this? Improvement how? On what grounds?
Okay. My constituents can confirm that. I was telling them, being scientists, we need to get exposed to some laboratory work. But as things stands, there are so many challenges, and the institution is facing so many financial constraints. So I was to advocate for the reagents, at least such that the reagents to be availed for our students. But now, this thing that our students again must get to know. As things stands now, our institution is not it's not good financially. So I tried, but again, I got some, but not full. So I really thank the administration for giving us the reagents, but now it's still not enough.
Which channel did you use to request for the reagents, and who helped you?
Okay, it's always obvious that as a Congress, I had to know the departments that really needed the reagents.
Like which one?
That biochemistry department.
You said departments? Departments?
Yeah, so biochemistry department, chemistry department, computer department. Their quest was to renovate or to improve the computers in their rooms. They were not working. But I did this by, I went to the COD himself, the CODs. They escalated the issue. I also went to the dean, confirmed with the dean. Some reagents were brought, but not full. And mark my words, not full. And I appreciated them.
So to mean, without your absence, there will be no reagents. To mean there are no lab assistants or operators?
Not really.
But you're taking the let me say the success on your shoulders.
I'm not taking, okay, to some extent, I can brag of doing that because, let me explain, Balozi. Why do I say so? Because I'm the one who wrote the letter. I wrote the letter to the APD through the COD. I'm
so
the one.
To mean, okay, these reagents were for experiments.
Yes, true.
So before you assumed office, that faculty was not performing or conducting experiments. That's what you're trying to insinuate.
It was limited.
It was limited, but they were conducting experiments.
Yes,
Limited
true.
to which, to what ratio or rate?
Balozi, try to get your facts right. Remember, I said...
I'm trying to get them from you. Yeah. I'm getting the facts from you. So give me the facts.
Yes, true. So this is the fact. As you can do a random search now.
You okay. There is no reason for me to do a random search and you performed it and you are here with me. Just highlight the whatever you did.
So it's always obvious that in our students at 4th years, they normally conduct some experiments, practicals. But you find that to some extent they cater for their cost. Like they buy the reagents, they buy the equipments, the petri dishes they buy themselves. But now I wrote the letter, I explained myself to the COD, and COD is again nice. He understood, actually. So those who are doing...
Who is kindly the name of your COD?
Dr. Lalmin.
Okay.
So good. So he understood me. Now those who wish to do the practicals, the projects, now they have some they have something like the cost is halfway, like they will not buy all the reagents.
So to mean you want to say a letter from the COD couldn't be received with a positive response from above, but only a Congress's letter will be acted upon.
I'm the one who initiated the letter, so I'm not sure if I wasn't there, if he could write the letter.
Okay, well, we are winding up. We know in an institution we have academic calendars. There's a time for learning, there's a time for cards, there's a time for examination, and there's a time for release of results. This has been happening even before you dawned into office, right? Ever since your first year, have you not received any transcript? You've received your transcripts from first year?
Not really.
Just a minute. For you to vie, you have to produce your transcript. Why are you saying not really?
That's why I'm saying, and the documents are there.
Yeah. It's a yes or a no question. Have you received your transcripts?
When I was in 3rd year, one transcript.
So you used one transcript for vying?
Yes, the Constitution states.
No. Okay, that's my yes or no question. You used a transcript.
Yes.
You have never received a transcript till date from first year and second year.
I only have for 2nd year and 3rd year.
You say you have for 3rd year. I've just said some moments ago you have for 3rd year alone.
That's why I'm saying.
No, okay. My question was, you have all transcripts for all the precedent years.
Not really. I don't have for first year.
And you're a Congress. What have you done on that? Because here, in your manifesto, you've said the first manifesto was timely delivery of transcripts.
Yes, true.
So what did you mean? Don't they deliver transcripts surely in time or on time?
They delivered transcript, but again there was some delays. That's why I was saying when I was vying, I vied when I was in 3rd year. But by then, the Constitution stated that I should produce my current transcript. And by then, my current transcript was the 2nd year transcript. So I only had that 2nd year transcript. When I assumed office, I met the dean, we talked, and now the students from Faculty of Science are obliged. In fact, they are very happy to see their previous transcript for academic year, the previous transcript.
So you have your first year transcript?
I don't have still yet. I have for the 3rd year.
But you don't have, you are Jesus, you don't have a transcript your own, but others have. You are fighting for them who have.
You know, this thing doesn't run concurrently. So faculties have a way of doing the work.
Can you enlighten me on the ways?
You'll get that. Now we did the exam for the last academic year. Yes, that is 2023-2022, right? So they had to mark. After marking, lecturer said to mark the exams, then present, upload. After uploading, now it's the duty of the faculty administrators to process the result.
Just to cut you, are you sure of the process you are giving us for the marking? Because I've not heard you speak of external examiners. Are you really sure on the information? You
I'm
just want
very
me
sure.
to get my facts right, and you are lying to us on live television.
I'm not lying, Balozi. Get me right. Examination process. It's very obvious, and it's always there.
So to
I've
mean, just
seen-
to cut you, you are in your 4th year right now.
Yes.
You are graduating minus your 1st year transcript.
We are in the process. They are in the process of producing. They are producing. But again, they were processing the previous transcripts.
Well, it's getting interesting though. You've said you have your 2nd year transcript and 3rd year
yes,
transcript.
yes.
So which transcripts are they producing again? That you are saying they are producing the previous transcripts.
You must know that Faculty of Science is the most populated faculty we have in Egerton University.
It's the most, kindly.
The most populated.
It's the mother faculty.
No, don't
Populated?
Populated.
What's the
I'd say
meaning
so.
of populated?
It's among the faculties that have so many students within our institution. And
It's
again,
passing FAS and FEDCOS though. It's fine.
yes.
Okay.
And again, I said processing just a result for one academic year will take almost a semester. So that's why I'm saying when I assumed office, I met the dean, we talked with the administrators, and they were to process the previous transcripts, after which they were to go for the 1st year transcripts, at least to make sure that when we will be leaving school, we will have all the transcripts except for the 4th year.
Before you assumed office, are there people who graduated before you?
Yes, true.
With using transcripts or?
You must remember.
No,
that
that's just it's
yes,
a question.
Yes, but
using meal cards or transcripts.
Transcript, but you'll not.
So, what was this manifesto that you had in your first time there? If they graduated,
To advocate, in fact, to ensure that we have almost 100% transition. Like, if you are leaving, if you finish
just to cut you short, which administrator did you talk to? Because we were with two of your administrators in charge of this, and I have facts with me. I'll produce them right now. Which
fine.
administrator did you talk to with regards to the same?
I met Madam Mercy and Naomi, and again we have a new administrator, that is Mr. Kayoiti.
When did you meet them? We were with them this morning.
I met them September.
This last year.
Yes, September last year.
2022.
2023.
2023. And you've not done a follow-up till now?
I was with the Mr. Koiti yesterday, and I remember Madam Naomi is where he came from Wycliffe 2 days ago, so he must clear her desk for her to proceed processing the results.
We really appreciate you, Mr. Douglas Aziz, the Congress Faculty of Science, with the slogan Inawezekana. You just told us your greatest achievement, and again, you told us you are you are known as the majority leader. That is one name that you're popularly known with. You told us that your greatest achievement is having the association for the Force Association, which you said you've really worked on.
Yes.
So that's the greatest achievement. And again, having in mind that you said you've done no activity in that association. Now, we wonder how an association comes to be a greatest achievement minus an activity.
Balozi, you are not getting my facts right. I said you asked for the greatest, and I said that I can brag of that because some tried but they failed. But now in my regime, as things stand now, it's very live, it's very active. But again, there are some other achievements.
So you have had events in the association?
Not really, I have.
But for something to be active, there must be events that are taking place in. How is it active minus events?
Events cannot take place without committee, Balozi.
So you even don't have a committee?
Is when I formed. I formed the committee some 2 months ago, September. But again, you again remember, the key purpose of us being in school is for academics. So I formed the committee on October. But again, on November, we were working on some logistics. Then on December, that was exam period.
But also get your facts right. You're saying the key purpose of being in Egerton is academics. The same saying you vied for the Congress position. Why didn't you study then and leave the Congress position?
I could not do that.
But
Okay.
you said that we are here to study. Then why did you vie for the Congress seat?
I said the key thing that puts us here is academics. So we said, hey, in as much as we had that leadership call, but again we could not forget our academia.
So you put in a steadfast and in a halt till you finish the 4th year, because you are here for academics, you are ending your 4th year, so you want to revive FOSA while you are done with the 4th year, because the academics first.
Not really. Everything is in place. We had a meeting even last weekend. Even in last weekend, we had a meeting with the committee, trying to put some logistics, trying to plan on the activities that we should do. So as things stand now, it's okay.
Yeah, students have had communication from the EUSA Parliament and from the parliamentarians as a whole. Mr. Chemiat, how do you ensure effective communication between the students and the association body at large?
I think the general or the overall communicator of information from the association is the Secretary General. And you said some time back you had him here. He was the one who was supposed to answer that question, but we do pass on information from our areas of jurisdiction. I cannot pass on information from EUSA concerning maybe a memo on anything else related that is not from my area of jurisdiction. I can only forward the authenticated information.
In Parliament, you are head. You are the clerk.
I'm the clerk, yes.
I meant in Parliament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in Parliament, information is passed through the Speaker. Because once a decision is made, you see the Speaker is the one who is accountable, even defending the decision in front. So I think he should be the one to answer that.
Yeah, finally, we are winding up. Mr. Chemiat, any of the greatest achievement that you will ever live to remember as a Congress? And again, are you going for any other seat?
Okay, I'll start with the greatest achievement. What I believe that is my greatest achievement is I've managed to try and return Maringo Rwenzori to where it was, let me say, 5 years ago. You see, some of the stroker 21s, 2, 3, they might not know how good it was then. And during my campaign, I told them that my first task is to make sure that we go back to those standards where we were. Now at Maringo Rwenzori, we have Wi-Fi that is working, that had been dead for 3 or 2 years backwards. We have some renovations. You can understand that the blocks are 30, 35, 44, and 45, 44 and 43. They were renovated recently, and the name was not changed. They remained to be Rwenzori. They were not changed.
A parting shot to the comrades.
Okay, to the comrades, I want to thank you for the support, for the unwavering loyalty and the trust you people had in me. And I want to tell them that till the last day I leave office, I'll still do my duties, and I'm pushing for more and more for the people of Maringo Rwenzori, and I will not tire. For the parliament, I will continue doing my duties. Thank you.
Any other final seat that you are going for?
There's a commission that has to give directions, and before then, I remain silent.
So we hope they'll give you the directions of which seat to go to. Thank you. Mr. Aziz, any parting shot to the comrades?
Thank you so much, first Balozi and the media, for hosting us today. I want to sincerely thank the comrades for having us again. They are our loyal viewers. Thank you for trusting in us. Thank you for trusting in Aziz. Aziz will continue doing the mandate, doing his jurisdictions, no matter what, no matter comes his way, he will continue to deliver until the last day that the EUSA, the Electoral Commission, will say that it's over, and it's over for Aziz.
Well, thank you, my guests, Mr. Aziz Douglas, the Congress Science, and Mr. Chemiat, the Congress Maringo, and again the EUSA clerk. Well, my viewers, this was me, and again, we have come here to put reality to the manifestos and meaning behind every dream, every promise that are given during the electioneering period. Again, my viewers, it was nice having you. Thank you. Till next time.
hustle.
We go through.
Access granted.
We